Hey everyone, so I wanted to make a video today about fish tanks, and I'm going to name the video "Before you buy fish" or "Before you set up a fish tank, watch this video." And that's because there's lots of things I see people doing wrong, and people setting up tanks don't always know everything. You got to do some research and learn some things. So I wanted to talk about a few things, and the main thing is you need to let your tank get set up. I do not add chemicals to my tanks. In nature there's no chemicals. I don't feel like chemicals should be added to remove chlorine or any of that stuff. What you need to do is set up your tank, and before putting in any fish, as you can see I have nothing in here. Before putting in any fish you need to let your tank run for about 2 weeks. After about 2 weeks you can add in 1 to 2 fish, small fish, and they will start putting things in the water. You'll feed them. They'll put their waste in the water. And what actually happens is good bacteria grows inside your filter pads as well as on some rocks and things in the tank. And that bacteria actually cleans your water in terms of biological filtration. It doesn't remove solid pieces. That's what your filter does. It'll remove solid pieces as well. But there's good bacteria that turns fish waste and uneaten food, turns that stuff from deadly ammonia into nitrite, which is also pretty harmful, but then another bacteria turns it into nitrate. Now those bacteria naturally grow in water, but they take time. So if you were to just throw in tons of fish, many people set up a tank, put some chemicals in to get rid of chlorine, not test their water quality, throw in a bunch of fish, and then all their fish will die. And that's because there'll be lots of ammonia all of a sudden in the tank and no bacteria to take that ammonia out of the water. So when you get an aquatic tank, no matter if it's for a fish, a turtle, saltwater, freshwater, it needs to be set up and running for about 2 weeks before you start adding anything in. And then you slowly add in a couple fish at a time so the bacteria can start growing to the amount that is needed to handle the amount of waste the fish give off. Also, when you change your filter pads, bacteria grows in filter pads. It'll also grow in live rock like I have here, often used in saltwater aquariums. Almost every saltwater aquarium has live rock. I've got it in my freshwater tank here, so bacteria will grow in there, but bacteria grows mainly in freshwater tanks on the filter pads. Now if you take out your filter pad, throw it out, put in a new one, most of your bacteria is gone, and your ammonia levels can spike again, kill all your fish. So I like filters like this one. It's a Fluval U4. It actually has 2 filter pads, one on each side. So I'll replace one every month, but then 2 weeks later I'll replace the other. So I replace one every 2 weeks, but each one is in there for a month. So I never replace all my filter pads at once. I only replace one. So it's really good to have 2 filters or have a filter that uses 2 pads. And that way you can replace one at a time, never kill off your good bacteria, and your tank will stay healthy. As for chlorine and other things in the water, again, letting it run for 2 weeks, those things will naturally come out of the water. So basically, just wanted to talk about that. It's a nitrogen cycle, biological cycle. You can look it up more online. But never just set up a fish tank, throw in some chemicals, and then throw in fish right away. You want to let it be running for a couple weeks first. So I've set up this tank a few days ago. I'm going to keep updating you guys as I put fish in here and such. But I just wanted to make this so anyone setting up a new fish tank knows, set up the tank first, give it a few weeks, couple weeks, and then start putting in a few fish at a time. So if you have any questions about pet keeping, fish keeping, let me know. And we'll see y'all later.